Hi everyone, my name is Pamela and I'm going to present you my e-portfolio on technology as a hindrance to academic performances among UMS students for the batch 2019-2020. For 2019-2020 is because we are the batch where the pandemic started and the implementation of virtual learning has increased. Please bear with me. Before I discuss my essay, I would actually like to give you a bit of introduction about myself. My name is Parmila, daughter of Chandrakumar, and I am studying in University of Malaysia Sabah, currently a second year student. And my interests will be baking, cooking, and reading. My field of study will be food science and nutrition, specialization in food service. I am more to a classical dance person, and I like to actually help people more because I joined the St. John's Ambulance while I was in a secondary school. And not much, I have actually worked in various departments such as officer, cashier, insurance department, grab customer service. So I've actually grabbed various experience from various fields of works. My reason to choose the topic is because to discuss the impact of technology advancement among university students on their academic performances, to emphasize why technology acts as a hindrance among university students, thirdly, to educate students that technology addiction is real and not a myth. Lastly, I would actually like to expand my knowledge regarding this issue because it's like exactly not my field of study. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my essay. So this essay will look on how technological advancement and the introduction to education have influenced the lives of university students who have grown up with technology all around them in ever increasing amounts and propose a solution significant to improve the dependency on technology. Okay, let's firstly look at my artifacts and reflections that actually acts as my source and to write my essay. And one of my reasons that technology has an impact on students' academic performance is the SNS, which stands for Social Network Service, that affects students by distracting their concentration away, especially when the pandemic has started and all the classes are conducted virtually. Thus, the dependency on virtual learning has increased, and students have actually uh, waste a lot of time rather than listening to the class. They actually spend more time on their tech devices or other sources. Next, also inspired when I came across the newspaper article about students in University Malaysia Sabah complaining about the lack of motivation and less interest in lessons conducted online because they prefer face-to-face classes. Due to the pandemic, there's actually nothing they can do about it. And due to the lack of motivation and lack of interest, their performance in academic declined. Thirdly, I came across this web article that illustrates the effects of technology on human health. People are susceptible to dangerous radiation emitted to the devices used. This radiation, however, causes numerous health issues, and if left unchecked, it will impact future generations by causing mutations of the chromosomal genes. People in Generation Z who spend most of their time on laptops and smartphones are likely to develop health problems. As we say, technology is very beneficial, but we fail to understand that impacts causes damages due to prolonged usage. So my solution is for these problems is UMS students should have a proper timetable and occupy their time with some outdoor activities and hobbies that help to improve their self-discipline without getting too engaged in technologies. By how they can do is by exercising regularly, such as going to the nearby parks, visiting the gyms, which is one way for students to keep themselves occupied and go and away from being too engrossed in technological devices. Next, to consider a hobby that piques our attention and keeps us occupied in our spare time while allowing us to think freely. I believe that healthy habits will not only assist us in escaping our everyday chores, but will also keep us calm. It may be anything from reading books to spending time with your pets instead of scrolling down social media. Furthermore, students should get themselves enrolled in activities held by universities online that involve virtual interactions. Lecturers, however, must take appropriate steps throughout the content development process to ensure learning systems can provide personalization. Thus, they can use for virtual classroom and activities such as collaborative learning, participate in discussion, and exchange of ideas using technological resources. Thus, virtual classroom can make learning meaningful for students, resulting them in getting less distracted and bored. In addition, self-discipline is crucial to avoid distractions during online classes. Students on the online platform are more prone to distractions than students face-to-face sessions due to these distractions such as gadgets, surroundings, and boredom. It is found that 99% of millennium generations use their mobile phones to access internet daily, devoting an inordinate amount of time usage for their apps, and it is the device on which they spend most of the time. The strength of my solution suggested is that students can be more disciplined with their tasks, assignments, and daily routine, which will allow them to manage their time with the help an organized timetable, thus improving their academic performances and grades. However, all strength will have weaknesses. Thus, the weaknesses of my solutions will be students that are caught up in assignments more than to actually get themselves involved in activities. Thus, makes them less motivated to do physical activities due to the convenience of internet. The second weakness will be the increase in pandemic that causes restricting in student movements from joining activity or having face-to-face classes. Thus, the reliance on virtual classroom has increases. Overall, technology advancement are the major cause of academic distractions among students. And it also has caused a major concerns among parents and lecturers not only at University Malaysia Sabah, but also at other levels of education in various institutions. As a result, equal importance must actually be given to all universities to curb this problem from worsening. Thank you for listening to my presentation. With this, I would end my presentation here. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nurin Iza binti Farizamzi, and today I'm going to present about my e-portfolio. So, as you can see here, this is my homepage for my e-portfolio. My essay title is Social Media as a Threat to Privacy. And then the slogan for it is Get Connected, Get Protected. So a little bit about myself. I'm a second year student of Conservation Biology program in UMS. I love traveling and I love watching movies. The reason why I love traveling is because I can learn about many cultures from all around the world. And back in 2016, I've been to Guangzhou and Guilin, China. So here is a little bit of my experiences there. So the reasons why I choose this essay like this is because everyone is using social media nowadays. It's like an essential app in our daily life. So at one day, I've got a DM from a strangers, and then at that point, I feel like my personal, my personal, uh, my personal matters have been invaded. My privacy has been invaded. So at that point, I think that I want to ensure that everyone is safe while using social media. That's why I choose this essay title. So, for the artifacts and reflections, I came across the three different artifacts regarding my essay title. The first one is from online websites entitled "A Series with Social Media." These online websites talk about negative impacts and concerning about our private matters on social media. So then the second artifact that I have found is from YouTube videos that illustrate how cyber criminals nowadays use the social media to attack us. And then for the third artifact is from a journal article that discussed about possible threats of online social networks and how to protect our safety and security while using the social media. So if you take a look in this in my individual mind map, this is a brief about what I'm going to talk about in my final essay. So moving on to the final essays. In my essays, social media is a place to build connections and with other people whenever and wherever you want. In the background paragraph, it has been discussed about how the user activity data on social media have been used to invade our privacy, which is through data mining. Through the user activity data on social media, hackers can trace and gather other valuable information about their targeted victims. All of this happen through social medias, and then statistically, teen users are less worried about this matter because they only know how to entertain and have fun with their social medias. Okay. So in body paragraph one, for that the solutions for this matter have been stated, which is installing safety software. By installing it, it can provide an encrypted system applications. It can notify the users if there is something going on with your social media, any suspicious activities going on, so they can notify to the users early. And then they're capable of keeping the IP address hidden because IP address can tell the exact locations of the users. So to keep your safety and security, by using this in safety software, it can keep your IP address hidden while keep your location hidden. So for the evaluation of the solution that I've stated before, the strength of this solution is it can prevent from any other cyber attacks like malware, ransomware, or any viruses that can harm your devices. And then it also can provide the double protection for the users while using media. And then for the weaknesses of the solution is, of course, not all the safety protection software is free. You have to pay to get the best services from them. But then it is not really a big matter, I guess, because even though there is some you have to pay, but there is also a free services that have been provided by the application developers. And then the second weaknesses of this solution is because it requires a lot of space to download and install it. So you have to bear with it a little bit. But I think it is also not a big issue because your privacy matters more. And then all in all, there will always be negative and positive impacts in whatever we do. Hence, everyone needs to extra careful and be more attentive to whatever going on in your daily life, in your social medias, so that your security and protection, so your security and safety can be secured. So I guess that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello and good day to all. My name is Siti Nursaidatu Ain binti Badrisham with a metric number of PN19110005. Today I will be presenting my e-portfolio as well as my problem solution essay, which is titled Implementation of Information Technology in Business. Before I start, I just want to briefly introduce myself. I am a second year student pursuing food science and nutrition. Back in 2014, I had the opportunity to participate in an event where I helped flood victims. So since then, it was always been a dream of mine to be able to give people back. So through food, I thought maybe that one day I could provide free home cooked meals for the people in need. And for this essay, the reason why I chose this essay is because technology is such a broad topic to discuss. And um, particularly in this essay, I want to be able to introduce a platform that is available to help small business owners and then to give the idea of how much a technology can impact one's life and business. And also just to show that technology really plays a significant role in our daily lives. So for my solution for my essay, my solution is to introduce business management software classes conducted by professionals. So I found a company which is Cypher Learning that offers learning platforms for organizations around the world. So one of the products of this company is Matrix. Matrix is a learning management system for businesses. So it offers a pleasant user experience while combining all of the necessary capabilities for business to facilitate effective training and learning. Um, One of the reasons why Matrix is a good solution because it has years of experience. So Matrix consists of ed tech experts and professionals that are really particularly good in technology field. So it will help business owners to really know the insights of information technology as well as digital marketing. And also, Matrix is a very high quality training program, but it is cost effective. So, if we compare it to face classes and online classes, the maintaining fees for an online training program or platform are inexpensive. So it's really suitable for owners that are financially struggling but really want to get the knowledge of information technology for their business. However, because it is an online platform, um, business owners in rural areas will have difficulty because of the internet connectivity. So if they don't have good internet coverage, then it will be a little problem for them to enroll in such training program. Also, through Matrix, it really depends on the business owners because it requires self-discipline and responsibility for it to be effective. So if business owners does not put in effort or does not adapt the techniques into their business, so all the efforts and the money put into it will be a waste. And moving on to my artifacts and reflection. My first artifact is a video of Nando's Malaysia, and based on this video, technology director Andre Chan has emphasized on how technology has tremendously helped the business growth of Nando's Malaysia nationwide. Um, he stated that there are softwares that have the necessary tools needed to run the business more efficiently. And he also said that because the world is so advanced in technology, so business owners should not be using the same old method and strategy to run the business. Next is on this newspaper article. So in this newspaper article, managing director of Facebook Malaysia, Nicole Tan, estimated about 4 million new digital customers in 2020. So because of this discovery, she mentioned how most business nowadays needs to realize the importance of having their business on the online platforms because through by adapting technology in their business, owners can connect with consumers in frictionless ways and create more stream revenue for their business. The next artifact is based on a journal. So in this journal, it shows how development of ICT and adapting technology has shown positive feedbacks in terms of the opportunities that allows business to expand globally, and also because most users are students and professional who has a very good media exposure. So by implementing technology, it provides the entrance of these new customers, as well as mounting sales and profits. So overall, technology is really helpful for business owners to advertise their business and to make sales profit and all other benefits. So that is why I chose this essay, and this is what all of my essays are all about. So thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Amira, and today I'll be presenting my problem solution essay through ePortfolio. I will start presenting now. So, the topic for my essay is the implementation of technology in education. I will start with a little bit information about me. As mentioned before, my name is Amira binti Arifin, and currently I'm in industrial chemistry course at GMS, and my interest is watching movie and drama. I think that's all for my introduction. I will continue to the reason why I chose this essay. As mentioned before, my essay is the implementation of technology in education, specifically plagiarism. I choose this essay because this essay title because I am also a student and I need to know about plagiarism. And I also think that by writing this topic, the people who will read this page will get the benefits and being exposed to what plagiarism is. So moving on to the artifacts, the first artifacts that I use is a YouTube video. It is about the introductions of plagiarism, and it can be very helpful useful to people who had no idea about what plagiarism is. The next one is an illustration. The illustration is about a student who did not know that they are actually plagiarizing someone's work and getting a fail. This actually means that not everyone know what they are doing. Not everyone know that they are actually plagiarizing someone else's work. So, educating and learning about plagiarism is very important to be more to raise the awareness about plagiarism. The next is I read an article um, about a teacher's in her point of view, telling a stories about her student who's plagiarizing someone else's um, writing and take it as her or his own instead of getting angry and making a scene out of the problem that the student caused. The teachers actually um, encourage the student to be more confident to write uh, their original idea, and I think it is very helpful. The last one is also a YouTube video from um, YouTube video that talks about how plagiarism app detector works, and this is actually the solution for my problem solution essay. Moving on to let's look at the essay. Mm, I'll, and in this essay, I will be discussing more about how to refer properly on a source or give a proper citations and reference to online sources and the pressure on the students um, that leads to plagiarism. So these days, students spending more times on the internet rather than referring to a book to look for information. Um, because of corona situation, we cannot go out, so we will just fully refer to online sources and barely touch a book for a references. Especially for science students, I think. Most online sources are in form of document, PDF, even books are in is documented, and it is easy to copy and paste from the sources to students' own writing. So education about plagiarism is very important in order to avoid all of this from happen. One of the solutions that I choose to solve this problem is to use plagiarism apps or software to detect and avoid plagiarism. There are many plagiarism app detector that is available now for free. Advanced users, there is the paid one. One of the things that students should not be embarrassed to use this plagiarism checker, because this is just to ensure that their work is not categorized as plagiarism. So moving on to the body paragraph 2, we'll discuss about the strengths and the weakness. The strength of using plagiarism checker is to be fair to others. This is for the teachers, as they are using the plagiarism checkers, they can check who is copying, who is cheating, and who is not. This will be a fair situation for both students. And so another the benefits of the
plagiarism checker is it can also check grammatical error, detect spelling error, and it can also correct the way we do our reference, and it can also suggest words to rephrase.
However, there is also weakness to this plagiarism app detector and checker. The app is not a human; they are a robot, so they have a program. So whenever a student
Use a trick by putting a white blank or something that cannot be detected by the app.
it can make an inaccurate results for the plagiarism checker. So it is one of the weakness of this plagiarism app.
Other than that,
Students will
students will
also
also
losing their
losing their
confidence in
confidence in
writing.
writing.
So to
So to
conclude
conclude
everything,
everything,
this
this
plagiarism
plagiarism
checker
checker has
has
the
the
pros
pros
and
and
cons
cons
to
to
be
be utilized
utilized
in
in
education.
education. So
Whoever
whoever
use
use
it
it
for
for
a
a
good
good
way,
way,
it
it
will
will
give a
give a
good
good
result.
result,
And
and
whoever
whoever
use it
use it
for
for
cheating to
cheating
make
to
their
make
works
their works
easier,
easier,
it will
it will
only
only
lead
lead
to
to
in
in
academic
academic
dishonesty,
dishonesty,
and
and
they are not
they
being
are not being
honest with
honest with
themselves.
themselves.
So
So
no
no
matter how
matter how
advanced the
advanced the
technology is,
technology is,
no
no
matter how
matter how
many
many
apps
apps
is being
is being
developed to
developed
help
to
the
help the
education,
educations,
at the
at
end,
the end,
by
by
using our
using our
own
own
idea,
idea,
our own
our own
creativity
creativity
to
to
complete a work
complete a
is
work is
the best
the
way
best way
to
to
express
express
ourselves
ourselves
in
in
our work.
our work. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, so this is my title for essay problem solution. The title is Preventing Remote Automation and Control Accidents by Implementing Smart Home System Safety Online Talk in Sabah. So, first of all, let me introduce myself first. Hello, my name is Hatika Rosli. I'm actually a historian from history program, basically in my second year of study. So, a little bit of myself. My hobby is singing. I know it's not really pleasant to hear my voice, but I just love singing. And I also love cooking, obviously, because I love eating. I'm a food lover. Okay, and then I also can go nuts over Korean influence. I mean, the drama, the music, I love everything about Korea. Okay, I think I need to stop here and let us to the next section. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why I choose this essay title. I choose this essay because I think smart home system is increasingly used by the society. In fact, this system is also widely implemented by the Sabahan in Malaysia. However, I think because it is a new norm in the society, so we need more and full attentions to it so that smart home user or smart home consumers can prevent unwanted things to happen, such as fire or maybe um, disclosure of their personal information. Okay, next I'm gonna tell you. Okay, let me tell you first the problem. The problem that might occur in implying smart home system is personal information disclosure. Where maybe hackers are able to infiltrate the smart devices. It means they can access to someone personal information, right? So the solution that I suggest for this problem is implementing the smart home system safety online talk in Sabah. So, as we know, this online talk is actually an official platform to disseminate information on efficient of using the smart home system. And it is important to implementing this program because we can avoid the unwanted problems. Online talk is also refer to the kind of communication that using internet and can offers a real-time transmission before transmission between the sender and also the receiver. With the development of internet nowadays, I think online talk becoming increasingly popular among the web user. Okay, this talk also conducted internally means online. The possibilities of training are quite large and require minimal cost. As participants, they do not have to leave the house to attend the talk. They just need to make sure that the internet connection are good, and they can have the opportunity to get advice from instructor and maybe talk to the other participant also. Next, I'm gonna share with you the evaluations of this solution, means strength and the weaknesses also. So for me, this program is actually worth it because it can avoid crowds in one place in accordance with the current pandemic situation, right? Like, participants only need to ensure that the internet network in their places in a good condition in order to follow the briefing session with the instructor or with the lecturer smoothly. And most importantly, I think they do not need to leave the house lah. This method is very strategic as it is accessible to many people regardless of the distance and time. With the availability of internet facilities, this online briefing to be implemented covers a wider scope as various communities from different area can participate in one time. But, however, there's also weaknesses that I got from this solution. For example, the date and time briefing may not correspond to the free time of participant. Since the organizer didn't know their background, there may be a problems of overlapping days and times with the users' daily affairs. Okay. Next, I'm gonna go to the artifact and reflections that I write. Okay, as you can see, to in this left hand side, there is a video actually from YouTube called Kimple Smart Home. It's a 3D animation. So what I got from this video actually, um, this video show about one smart home system that basically from Singapore. It has three branches in Singapore, but based at Apple Orchard Road Electronics Store. Um, in this video, Kimple Smart Home mission is providing the state of art technology that combine functionality and also the simplicity of use. They're constantly searching for the best solution. As we can see in the video, they're actually already cooperating with different companies from around the world. What benefit that we gain from this Kimple smart home system is the installation very quick and non-invasive, since it does not require interfere in the structure of a house, and most importantly carried out by a qualified technicians. By providing users with the Kimple systems, organizations also want to ensure constant and best customer care. They provide a team that specialize in offer to help and also advises. Okay, guys, I think that's all from me. Um, Up to here my presentation for today. I really hope that this sharing gives benefits, um, or added some value to your existing knowledge. Thank you very much again for lending me your time. Wear masks, wash your hands, keep everything clean, and stay safe. Bye, goodbye, annyeong, adios. Thank you so much. Enjoy your day.
Hi, today I'm going to present English UP00402 e-portfolio. Before we get into it, introduction, a little bit about me. I'm Nur Marsha Binti Muhammad Rashidi, a second-year student in University of Malaysia, Sabah. I am currently taking undergraduate degree course in sports science, Faculty of Psychology and Education. I took on this course because I do like sports and I do like teaching it. So I'm a basketball player and a coach myself. I teach youth basketball in Brunei. It is my main sport, but I would take any opportunity to learn new sports and the different intensity, the different games of the different sports. Okay, let's get into it. So green technology, what is it? It's basically technology, the use of technology and science to create products that cater to the environment, to keep it eco-friendly. Now, Sabah being a developed city, I think you need to have a touch on green technology. So it has 6 main concepts, and in my essay, we're mainly going to touch on number 3, sustainable site planning and management. At the end of the essay, I wish to tackle this question. Should Sabah implement and mandate green technology in construction management plans? My essay is heavily influenced by research entitled Towards Implementation of Green Technology in Sabah Construction Industry by Nur Aslan Jainuddin et al. Okay, so this study basically they created questionnaires for construction workers and organizations about green technology and whether they implement it or not. And above 80% knew about it, which is great in the long run, but only 60% implemented it. So I think that is the problem. Okay. Here's a little page from my draft essay outline. In the main essay, we will tackle the pros and cons for implementing green technology specific to the management and planning. So here we have pros. It will provide comfort and health for the occupant, save more money, environmental responsibility. Now, saving more money in the long run, when implementing green technology at the start, you are gonna take out a lot of your pocket. It's very costly, so that is a weakness. But in the long run, it will save a lot of money and a lot of energy too, which is a main concept in green technology. All right. Weakness, it's very costly, like said before, and if not planned right, the long-term effects is unclear. And again, with the planning, if maintenance is not touched on, then definitely there will be difficulty with maintenance. And if it's not maintained, then it'll break down. If it breaks down, you need to restart again, which will be very costly too. Green construction materials, very, very difficult to maintain, to obtain. In Malaysia, very limited resources. To conclude, yes, to answer the question, green technology should be implemented in Sabah, but it should be taken slowly, small percentage by percentage. It needs to be encouraged that construction companies should prioritize green technology in the long run to save costs, to save the city. And it should be seen as a lawful, rightful thing to do in construction companies. To finish this off, by a quote by Stephen Covey, be a part of the solution, not the pollution. Thank you for listening and seeing my e-portfolio.